What's up, chums? Sharky here. Today I'm going to be discussing a question that I have been asked several times before. Would I ever sell my fursuit? The short answer is no, and I'm going to explain why. Picking things up is still a struggle. If anyone out there sells their fursuit, it's really none of my business. I don't care what you do with your suit. This is just my personal opinion. So the first reason is that people in the furry fandom have come to associate me with my fursuit. Most furries that you recognize by their persona or by their fursuit. I feel like if I sold my fursuit, it would almost be like someone else was impersonating me. If I sold it to someone who was not a very good person, for example, and were not very responsible, they could possibly ruin my reputation within the furry fandom. And that is something that I would never be okay with, because I've always said that, my goal in being part of this fandom is to encourage others and make a positive place on my channel and through my artwork to build a positive community that supports each other. And if someone put that in jeopardy by possibly ruining not only my reputation but all of my supporters' reputations, I couldn't live with that. So that's the first reason. The second reason is I feel ownership of this character. And what I mean by that is I created this character. This is my persona. This is my character. No one designed it for me. I don't want to sell the rights to this character. So the third reason, I know this doesn't look like three, but the third reason that I would never sell my suit is it's gross. I sweat in this. I would never want someone else to wear my sweat. That's gross. The sweats just combine and it's gross and it's disgusting. Why would you even want to wear somebody else's suit? Even though you can sanitize a fursuit, you can't fully clean it. Unless you are soaking the entire thing in water and soap, which most people can't do because their fursuit head is made out of something, or even a bodysuit is made with airbrushing. If you had paint, airbrushing, you couldn't do that. You couldn't wash it that way. You would have to just sanitize it, but just sanitizing it doesn't completely get all of the grit out. It doesn't remove the bacteria completely. And same with the head, you can only sanitize it so much. It's still got, skin and sweat and God knows what else. So if you guys have been on the channel for a while, you know that I sold my bodysuit and I sold my feet and hand paws. So the feet and hand paws were not changed in any way. I sold them as is. They didn't really have any defining characteristics that would prevent them from being used with a different character, so I kind of just left them how they were. However, the bodysuit had a very specific gray and white pattern, like you see here. In order to sell it, and the reason I was selling it is because I no longer wanted to be a full suiter because of health reasons. I am very sensitive to heat. I just couldn't handle the feeling of bodysuiting because I would get too overheated. To prepare it for selling it, I actually cut pieces of it apart. I basically just cut it up and sold it as scrap. And I ended up selling it on Furbuy, which unfortunately Furbuy is no longer available as a website. They had a security breach not too long ago. Which is really disappointing because I found a lot of good stuff on there and I was able to sell some of my suit parts fairly quickly. But all of my parts, my old hand paws, my old feet paws, and my bodysuit was all dispersed between 3 different people. So like 3 different people bought the 3 different parts, and it wasn't all going to one person, so they couldn't like make a copy of my suit or whatever. So I felt safe in doing that. But I'm mostly talking about my head, my fursuit head, because I feel like it's the most identifiable, recognizable part of a fursuit is the head, because that's like the first thing you see, you know, most of the time. If any of you follow Bolt Mutt, he's not going by Bolt Mutt anymore, but that was his old name on YouTube and social media. He's a very like well-known, popular furry YouTuber. He did a video recently, not too long ago, where he told a story about how he sold his suit head to someone, and they had an agreement that the person buying it would change it to a different character, so it wouldn't be Bolt Mutt's character anymore. He got the money from it, he sent the suit head, and the person ended up kind of betraying him and not changing the suit head, and sold it again as Bolt Mutt's suit and made a profit off of it. That's terrible. Like, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and that's not cool at all. Like, I can't believe somebody would do that to him. But stuff like that happens, so like that's why I'm so like cautious about it. Just to kind of finish off this video, what would I do instead if I didn't want a suit anymore? Honestly, I would just keep it. I mean, even if I didn't wear it, I would still just keep it. And I understand, like, sometimes people need money, so, like, you know, they sell their fursuit. It's not a need, it's a want, you know. You don't need your fursuit. I think in my case, honestly, I would rather destroy it, or I would give it back to the person who made it, so that they could make it into a new character or use it for scrap. I think that would be a safer route. If I was going to sell it to anyone, ever, like, I don't think I ever would. This is like a very small chance. I would only give it to somebody that I absolutely 100% trusted would not try to ruin my reputation, steal my character, you know. Have to be 100% though. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and for being patient with me. For those of you that watched my Transparency Shark Bites podcast episode, thank you for hearing me out and listening to that. It was really just, I needed some distancing from the furry fandom, take a mental health break and some me time. I just wanted to say that I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you for all of the supportive comments and all the love that you guys have given me. I really appreciate it. I know I say that all the time, but I really mean it. It keeps me going. Like, it lets me know that people still care about me, even if I'm not making videos constantly. With that said, I have a couple of exciting things planned. I have some possible artist interviews coming up that I can't wait to share with you guys. 2 of my favorite artists. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet, so stay tuned. Sharky 2.0 is almost finished. I want to kind of hype up that unboxing a little bit. We're putting on some finishing touches. Once Sharky's finished and I get her in the mail, I'm going to do the unboxing. So keep being patient. It's almost time, just a little longer. And thank you to Skies Disguises for making Sharky 2.0. You rock. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.